What if you were thrown into the One Piece world? Aitakeno yume wo kagi azume.
No matter what I've said, I've always sort of liked you.
What if you were thrown into the One Piece world on some Netflix live action, and you were actually pretty damn successful? You were a swordsman so great that even Mihawk quivers at the sight of your blade. You were a marksman so damn good that you are the combination of Yasop and Von Augur. Your physical strength is so studly that you put even Prime Garp to shame. Prime Garp is a lightweight, you're a heavyweight. You are a Kenpo practitioner of the highest degree. You know the Kanokuni Hashoken, you know the Rokushiki and all that kind of stuff. You have martial arts prowess like no other. You are Goku in One Piece. With your martial arts skill. Not only that, but you have some of the best tech the world of One Piece can offer. You are a Gundam. Why not? You are not the Gundam pilot. You are a Gundam. You are the Terminator in One Piece. You are a freak. And on top of all that, you got all three Hakis. You got Conqueror's Haki, you got Armor Haki, and Observation Haki. You are as successful can be outside of a Death Root ability. But now you have the chance to pick from a list, a catalog of Zoan abilities, all the Zoan abilities. Which one would you pick? Which are the best Zoan abilities in the verse? Now, quick thing. Some folks would assume that the best of the gauge, the best Zoan Devil Fruit, would be something like, well, at base. Like you have no skills, no power, and at base, as a child, you eat the fruit. Which I think is very valid, for sure, without a doubt. However, when it comes to the potential of the fruit, it's based on so many different factors in the world itself. So your physical strength, your sword skill, your, I guess, spear skills like Katakuri, these things would definitely matter a lot if you want to maximize the potential of your own Devil Fruit power. So I want to base it on what Zoan Devil Fruits would have the best potential based on other things as well, going for you as a very successful person combat-wise in the world of One Piece. That's the first thing. Now, number two, let's
be fair here, okay? Let's be fair.
By the way, spoiler warning for any non-manga readers of One Piece. Obviously, when it comes to the best Zoans, in our minds, we are immediately beelining to the mythical Zoans. That is a given. Mythical Zoans, swipe right, everything else swipe left. No, stop that.
Nope.
Exit out. No. Let's go by each of the Zoan Devil Fruit subcategories. Because the Paramecia and the Logia, in the future, when I do this video type for those categories, which I will in the near future, that's not a problem. But for the Zoans, it is a problem. It clearly is. So let's pick the best, the single best standard, regular Zoan ability, 2 from the ancients, and 2 from the mythical, okay? So we have to choose at least 1 from each subcategory of Zoan ability. That I think is the most fairest thing to do, okay? All right. Oh man, so for the cats that put in the comment section, well, mythical Zoans, no. I would delete that comment, put a new comment, because now you got 5 to pick from.
Oh yeah.
Let's get right into it, boys. What is the best, given the max potential, what is the best basic Zoan ability? This may sound weird as all hell. I don't care. I do not care. For me, the best standard Zoan ability is Tamago's Tama no Mi. Yes, the Tama no Mi. That's how I'm rolling. Exactamundo. That sounds weird as all hell. I don't care. That is my number 1 standard Zoan. Why? Honestly, this thing's not a Zoan. I'm cheating. Yes. Listen, on paper, it's a Zoan. let's be real. Let's be real. This thing ain't a Zoan. No. It's what we categorize as a special Zoan. Whoa! It is a special Zoan ability. Okay? Now, we can argue that Karasu is actually one of them too, from the Rev, but we're not too sure yet about his powers at all. So he's not necessarily a slated Zoan, but he's also unique if he's a Zoan, for sure. Just how Katakuri is a special paramecia, Tamago is a special Zoan. So yes, will your boy be walking around like Eggman? No doubt, of course. But I promise you, Sonic is gonna get murked. Murked day one. Mutant. I am Eggman with the physique and the strength of a Ronnie Coleman and the dexterity and the skill of a prime Bruce Lee. Like, what? Come on, I got Rokushiki, I got like phasers, like a Gundam. I'm set. Whoa, no. Clean, okay? The reason why I like the ability itself is because, number one, you have extra lives, and that's pretty useful. Like, this man Tomo got cut in half. He got cut in half by Pedro, and he reformed from Baron Tamago to Viscount Chick. And Viscount Chick is more powerful than Baron Tamago. You can die again and become Count Chicken. Count Chicken! Every time you die, you level up. Nice. Yeah, you look funky as all hell, but my God, you have 2 extra lives for whatever you're doing. 2 extra lives. So you can afford to be reckless. You can afford to do weird stuff. And every time you die, you get added features of a chicken. And chickens are ferocious, all right? You can go on YouTube right now and look at meme videos of chickens coasting the wildest animals. It is nuts. When they pop off like no other. They're ferocious. They are the honey badgers of the bird world. I don't care what no one says, okay? Listen, you played Zelda before. You don't mess with the chickens in Zelda. If you do, guaranteed death. Guaranteed death. So all I'm saying is that you already have these crazy stacked out features, and then you have an additional 2 lives on top of that, and each time you get stronger, and your physique changes to where you're more and more powerful as you die. That's like, yo, that's raw. That's raw. Honest to God. I mean, it's crazy, but I'm gonna roll that way. So my number 1 is, again, the Tamatama no Mi. If we find out in the future that Karasu's fruit is a Zoan, then whatever that one is, I want that one. All right? In some way, I want some cheat codes. So you would assume we'll rob Lucci. No, I don't care. The Tamatama no Mi. Now, the ancient Zoans. Here's the thing. Initially, I thought about getting King's Pterodon ability. One thing that was noted about the Zoans is that there's very few flying type Zoans, and King is clearly one of them. And the flying type Zoan, the Pterodon, is actually pretty damn beastly. However, again, in this situation, we are maxing out our potential here. So even though flight's cool, through cybernetics, through Rokushiki, we're already flying. So if the only real up of the Pterodon ability compared to the other Agent Zone abilities is flight, that's not really enough for me, personally. So, my number 1 is the Neko Neko no Mi modeled Saber Tiger. Yes, who's who? Who's who? He wrong. He's wrong for what he did with Jinbei. Yes, we do not support racism in the Realm of Lightning. No shot, of course not. However, that Devil Fruit, like what Goku Black said, Subarashi. It's the better version of Rob Lucci's ability. It is. The Saber-Tooth Tiger over the leopard, without a doubt. The things you can do with your tails or with your teeth or with your claws with the Saber-Tooth Tiger Zoan ability, combine that with One Piece tech, with Armament Haki or Conqueror's Haki or Observation Haki or martial arts Kenpo skills, I think among all of the ancient Zoans, it has the most versatility in what you can actually do with that ability. Like, let's say you're in hybrid form, and then you're doing crazy martial arts stuff with your fist / claws, but then you're swinging your sword around with your tail. You're putting Puss in Boots to shame with just your tail. Nah. I think that the saber-tooth tiger ability, among all the other ancient Zoan carnivores, is the most versatile when you think about its max potential. And number 2 of the ancient Zoans, and some will say it would be fitting, I got a little funk in me, man. I got a little funk in me. Queen. I'm going with Queen. Listen. I'm going with Queen, man. Look. Come on. What the hell was that? Queen somehow was able to leave the rest of his body behind and just catapult. Dude, imagine if Queen could do full body armor hockey in that weird Brachiosaurus cobra form. Queen just proved to me that with cybernetics, anything is possible. Like with tech in One Piece, anything is possible. And it's dumb. It is scary dumb. Well, with Rokushiki, like imagine Queen flying around with crazy tech jet boosters and Rokushiki, Hashokin, armor hockey, like a crazy giant black Brachiosaurus coming at you, and then that Brachiosaurus turns to a giant black snake. Like no. It's weird, it's freakish, but Queen is an example, honest to God, of how the tech in One Piece is absolutely out of this world nuts. You can have the other part of your body behind do like rockets, like Kizaru's lasers if you need to. No. What if that was actually its own autonomous thing? Like, what if you could actually have that other part of Queen's body act completely independent? Oh, no. Arguably, if you take someone like Jack, you can do weird stuff as well with Jack, but I think Queen's fruit is a better version of that. It's so weird. I'm going with Queen. I'm going with the Ryu no Mi Moto Brachiosaurus for my number 2 among ancient Zoans, because I also wanted to pick one carnivore and then one herbivore ancient Zoan, because there are natural differences, of course, between the two types. And now, the cream of the crop. Nobody does it better. The mythical Zoans. King, who you got? Only 2. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I was really thinking about Sengoku hard. That sounds kind of sus among us. I apologize. Sengoku and his Hito no Mi Model Buddha had my interest a lot. It really did. And the key thing here is this. I'm not too sure if Sengoku is just limited to being a giant Buddha, a giant golden Buddha statue, and doing shockwaves. Because, for example, right? If we use the Samsara as a... Oh boy. If we use the actual Buddhist religion as a means of gauging what powers Sengoku could utilize, for example, the realms of rebirth, if we had the God realm, the Ashra realm, the animal realm, this may sound familiar to some Naruto fans. Pain and his paths of pain. And he had the animal realm. He had the ghost realm. He had all these different realms. Could Sengoku?
Really makes you think.
That's busted. That's busted, yo. If Sengoku can actually have different states of the Golden Buddha statue, a god version, a Ashra version, a hell version, a ghost version, like what could that even be? That's insane. When you think about the potential, maxing out what you could do with that? Huh? On top of Rokushiki, on top of Hashokin and spear skills and great marksmanship, dude, that's scary, honestly. But the problem, and it's a risk. It's a big risk, because the problem is that I have no idea if that's even possible, because it seems to be just your giant golden statue, and you can do shockwaves and other things, maybe. Maybe. So it's a very risky proposition to take when it comes to Sengoku's ability. It really is. But it's things like this that prove that the mythical Zoans, when it comes to their max potential, absolutely blow the other Zoans out of the water. But among the mythical Zoans, Sengoku may not be that high. So I actually wound up choosing Orochi over Sengoku. That's correct. I chose the Hebi no Mi, model Yamato no Orochi, over the Hito no Mi model Buddha. Golden Buddha. Yes, I did. Think about how with Queen. Queen could eject himself using tech from his own body and be like a giant ancient serpent. What if you can do something similar with Orochi? Imagine you yourself having 8 lives, true, but then you can eject the 8 individual heads from your own body. What? The heads could probably operate independently for an extended amount of time since they are their own lives in a sense. Because Orochi got his head cut off 7 times, and yet here he is still living. That would mean that you could have 8 individual versions of yourself in the middle of combat, or to do whatever. Basically, you're Naruto.
Believe it. Believe it.
Kage Bunshin no Jutsu.
Shadow Clone Jutsu!
Only 8 times, but they're very robust clones when each one have their own cybernetics, when each one has armored hockey, observation hockey, conqueror's hockey. 8 motherfuckers doing conqueror's hockey at once?
Crazy.
Each one can fly on their own using Rokushiki, using tech. Hold up!
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
And when you yourself die, you still have 8 more to go. With the Yamato no Orochi, I mean, it's just kind of unfair. It's just kind of unfair if you actually try to maximize that ability. This applies doubly for day-to-day life if those clones can completely separate and transform back into your original base form. I think that according to mythology, the snake could also control a certain degree of weather or like spell out fire, things like that. Though I'm not too sure exactly. But if you could, that'd be dope as all hell. But even still, you can do things like a Roku Oga. Imagine that. You have 8 versions of yourself and you spit out Roku Ogons from your mouth, each one infused with Hashoken. I mean, now we're just getting reckless. Now we're just getting reckless, my niggas. Now we're just going off the wall. Yes. The Yamato no Orochi is OD as all hell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the final pick for this video. The last of the mythical Zoans I gotta pick. The safest bet would be Kaido. Oh, for no doubt. The safest bet would be to become a fish.
You give a poor man a fish.
Magic card powers, which are pretty damn broken. And recently, Momonosuke, now that he's all grown up and we're seeing him in giant pink dragon form, we can see how devastating the power is from jump, from base. This Devil Fruit is pretty damn busted. But again, we're trying to maximize. We're trying to maximize our potential. And so I'm taking a gamble. Kaido is not number 2. Number 2 is the Inu Inu no Mi, model Kyubi no Kitsune, not Yamato, Katarina Devon. Katarina. Yes. Why? Maximize potential for a second here, okay? Katarina can transform so far into anyone, seemingly so. She can be whoever she wants to be, in a general sense. That in of itself is extraordinarily useful in so many assets of life I can't even count. It's so important. But then I thought about it for a second, okay, hold on, time out. is she just limited to people? What if she could transform into other things? Like, let's say a bird, or let's say a lizard, let's say a hiking bear. Whoa. Bow to the hiking bears. Pay your respects, of course. But then go a step further. What if she could transform into much more substantive things? Maybe through an awakening, she could transform into other things like Lord of the Coast. It did bite off Shanks' arm. That's an OD feat. That's an OD feat. And Shanks is the God King. There is a God's hand in his stomach. The beast is divine. It is a sacred beast, of course. What about something like the Lord of the Sky, the giant snake in Skypiea? Is Katarina Devon limited to something like that? Maybe, maybe not. And again, maximalize it. Potentially, Katarina herself can never actually reach that point, but we, in our stud-like state, maybe we could reach a point where we can actually mimic something like the Lord of the Sky, or actual genuine OD Sea Kings, like the ones in Fishman Island. Be them, potentially. You have to wonder, hold up, what is Katarina limited to? And even so, could we go even further beyond? If you could transform into a human, you could probably transform into a giant, or a fishman, or a mink. Yes, you have a furry day. Whoa! I'm pretty sure some folks would appreciate a furry day. Yes. If, let's say, through an awakening with the Inu Inu no Mi Model QB, so you're not doing some Nine-Tailed Fox Bijudama. No, probably not, right? However, could you also then have Electro as a result of becoming a mink? So with this ability, if you transform into a Senekamamushi, could you then also use Electro or Sulong? When you transform into a fishman, could you survive underwater? Which seems highly unlikely. However, some folks have theorized that there are exemptions to the rule of underwater with different powers. Like, for example, some folks have theorized that Kaido, he wants to kill himself, why not drown? Maybe he can't drown because of the difference that he ate. Maybe. And in this case, in this theory, Katarina would be in the same vein. Of course, potentially. But, more importantly, could you use things like Fishman Karate? Because remember, you're already a masterful Kenpo practitioner. Why not some Fishman Karate? And the Fishman Karate, you can maximize if you transform into a fishman. What if you could be a Tontara? Oh, you see? Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see how Katarina's ability? Do you see how the Inu Inu no Mi Model QB no Kitsune could be OD as all hell? Let's say there's a Lunarian somewhere. Oh! Whoa! Oh boy! Hey! Let's say there's a Lunarian somewhere and you transform to a Lunarian. All of a sudden you're fine doing fire attacks. If you transform into another race, can you, either innately or through awakening of the Inu Inu no Mi Model QB no Kitsune, can you then have those race-specific traits?
My God.
So the Dog Fruit Model Nine-Tailed Fox has OD potential, I'd argue. OD potential. Man. That's a risky play, of course. Because Katarina can only go so far. But you being so damn studly in this One Piece Netflix live action show, you are going to be able to outpace whatever Katarina Devon is going to show in the future. Imagine transforming into Oars or Little Oars Jr. with the Dog Fruit Model Nine-Tailed Fox. And you have Rokushiki, and you have Tech, swordsmanship skills. Like, you're a giant Oars with Mihawk-like skills? Oh my God. Oh, it's delicious. It's delicious. All right, that's it. Let me know what you want to pick for the best Zoan abilities to maximize potential. What do you want to pick, okay? In the future, in the near future, there'll be a version for this for the Paramecia and for the Logies as well, okay? So stay tuned for those videos. But right now for the Zoans, let me know your stance on the subject matter at hand I'm gonna catch you cats on the flip side. Be easy. Take care. Have a nice one.